Welcome to a new tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make breaking glass with the help of the explode modifier and the particle system. This is probably not the best method to do this, but it's relatively simple. If you use the game engine for physics calculation, which is better, you would have to make every single shard an extra object. And yeah, this is a lot of work. Okay, I'm getting started right away. I delete the default cube. And now I press spacebar, add mesh plane. That will be our glass. I press tab to go into edit mode and press Ctrl T to convert the quads into triangles. Now I press W and select subdivide multi. The more shards you want, the higher the number should be. 7 is okay, I press OK. All the triangles will be our shards, but we want some randomness, so we deselect everything through pressing A, and we press B for box select and select only the vertices in the middle. And we go into the editing panel and we add a new vertex group. And we press Assign to assign the selected vertices. Now we go into the shading panel and add a new material. And we also add a new texture. We won't need the texture for the material, so we disable it. That will be our displacement texture. I call it disp. I go into the texture buttons and I select clouds. I decrease the noise size and increase the noise depth. Okay, I go back to the editing panel and I add a modifier called displace. Now I fill in the texture we just made, disp, and the group we just made. It's called group. I don't rename it. Okay, and I want a displacement into X direction. And I want it to be visible in editing mode. And I select wireframe so that we can see the effect. Okay, that's probably a bit too much. We decrease the strength to 0.5. Okay, and I copy that modifier and make it to affect the Y direction. Okay, now we have some randomness. I go back into object mode by pressing tab. I also select draw type solid again. Okay, now we add a ground and some object that hits the glass. Okay, I just move that up and I add a second plane which will be our ground. I pressed S to scale it, and now I add a second mesh called icosphere. That's just a sphere which will hit our glass. Okay, and I rotate our glass by 90 degrees. I press N for exact transformations, and the rotation into X direction will be 90 degrees. Okay. Press N again, I don't need that transform properties. Okay. Our sphere will go right through the glass. So I make a small animation. I press E to insert a key for the location, and I'm going forward in time just some frames. Press E again, location. Okay. That's it. Now we go to the frame where the sphere hits the glass. Okay, we go one frame backward in time. Okay, that's good. Now we add a particle system to our glass. Go into the object panel, particle buttons, and add a new particle system. The visualization is none. We don't want the particles to be visual, but we want the emitter to be rendered. Okay, and our particle system starts emitting at frame 12 and ends emitting at frame 12. The amount of particles should be approximate the amount of polygons. We can add a modifier which is called decimate, which shows us the phase count. 128. Okay, we can delete that again. So 128 is enough particles. Okay, the lifetime should be very high. And yeah, that's it for now. We go back to editing panel and we add the modifier explode. Okay, you don't have to change anything in that modifier settings. Now we select our sphere and we go into the object panel, into the physics buttons, and into collision, and we activate collision. We also activate collision for our underground. We we fill in some damping value, about 0.7, and friction also 0.7, and some random damping and friction. Okay, I go back to the particle settings. I forgot something. We should start baking also first at frame 12. Okay, now let's see what happens. Okay, not bad. Now we add some normal speed and some random speed, so that the other shards also collapse. And we want some gravity, so we set a negative acceleration into Z direction. And some damping is also important. 0.02. Okay. And now we want the shards to be able to rotate, so we select rotation dynamic. Yeah, well, that's it. You can play around with the settings. That's probably not the best. I just made them up right now, very quick. Well, there's one big issue when you use that technique. The shards won't be completely above the ground. But with a lot of small shards, it doesn't look bad. Here's an example. Okay, see ya.